Hey, good morning, church. Happy Friday. We're on day 20 of our YouVersion Bible reading at Plan, Discovering Hope During Catastrophe. Today's a big day here in the state of Illinois as we move into phase 4 of Restore Illinois, and more things begin to open up, and life begins to feel a little bit more normal. But obviously, there's some things that are very different that we never go back to. And I think it's important for us to look at this question one more time today before we finish up this devotional next week. What should be my response during this pandemic? What should I do? How should I respond to God during this time? Many of you may be feeling anxious about things moving to this next phase. Maybe some of you are feeling very excited and relieved that we're going this route. No matter where you're at on that spectrum, there's going to always be a sense of worry, of feeling anxious, of the unknown, of what could possibly happen over this next week or 2 weeks. With more people out and about, it could stir up some more social unrest. It could bring to light more social injustice. It could create a spike in COVID-19 cases. It could increase everyone's immunity, and we'll see COVID-19 cases go down. We really don't know what's going to happen over these next couple of weeks. And we think about the 4th of July weekend coming up where more and more people want to get out. So there's just a lot of unknowns coming up in our society, even for you parents, thinking about how schools are going to be open in some capacity and whatever that looks like, we don't even know yet. So a passage today, Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 9 that we read, is going to be something that 10 days from now, 20 days from now, a month from now, 2 months, 3 months from now, whatever it is, this passage is going to be so helpful of how we should respond during this pandemic, how we should respond as we move into a new type of normal living in the future. It's a call for us to not worry, to not be anxious about anything, but to pray about everything, to tell God what we need and thank Him for all He has done. And when we do that, we will experience God's peace, which exceeds, which goes beyond anything that we can understand. It also guards our hearts and our minds as we live in relationship with Christ Jesus. Not only that, but if you go to verse 4 and 5, he talks about being full of joy in relationship with God. Rejoice in the Lord always. And then even in verses 8 and 9, as we move forward, the way that we not only combat anxious and worrisome thoughts is by having our joy and our focus in the Lord. But as it says in verse 8 and 9, we fix our eyes on things that are true and honorable, right and pure, lovely and admirable, things that are excellent and worthy of praise. So much of how we should respond to God has to do with how we think about who God is, and it has to do with thinking about how you and I need to be in relationship with God. What is our proper place in this relationship with God as we live in this world? Well, it's complete trust in Him, complete hope in Him, complete belief that He is going to be there for us and with us during these difficult times. And when we have that type of mindset, when we think of Him and His presence with us, it's going to give us a peace, even when things feel crazy. It's going to give us joy, even if we face hard times. It's going to calm our restless hearts, even if things go south a little bit over these next couple of weeks, or even if we feel overwhelmed about being out in public with more people out and about, or people not following guidelines. No matter what comes our way, when we think of God, when we think of Him, when we think of His goodness and His kindness towards us, that's going to calm our hearts. That's going to give us peace. That's going to give us encouragement as we move forward. So my encouragement, my challenge, our hope for today is this, is that as we move into these new phases and these new opportunities to gather together, that we would keep our eyes focused on Jesus. And when we do that, He'll give us peace. He'll give us encouragement. He'll give us hope to face whatever it is that we have to go through. Well, hope you guys have a great weekend. Look forward to wrapping up this devotional next week. We got 5 more left. And once again, love to hear what you're learning from this devotion. Feel free to comment below this video in that section as well. Make sure you click that subscribe button so these videos come to you every morning when we post them. Thanks. Have a great weekend.